he helps you and can't kill anything. Imagine the Gulix, but slightly better. And also Donald Trump. This guy isn't bad necessarily, I just really hate him and want him to die in a fire. This guy may be easy, but at least he's not annoying. That's it. This guy makes you use Ochi, which is cool if it wasn't so easy. Would be a very good first boss if you couldn't just cheese it by throwing Pikmin at its tail. They didn't think that through, did they? Look how they massacred my boy. No, this does not include the Pikmin 1 guy. This is just sad, and this used to be a final boss, by the way. A good boss in concept, but in practice, there are so many health caps that it's actually sad. But he does have a Gatling gun. Very easy if you just swarm him, but an absolute menace in the Wii version. Easy if you have good aim, which I don't, and I like the concept. But, you know, it's the Postal, but better, because it can actually kill you. Sometimes. Very good boss, but just its second thing is so annoying, because the little guys in the appearance. It's a cool design, but it gets really repetitive, because it keeps eating the gold things, like the little muncher it is. Yum 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 scrunch crunch. I like the sound. But it's also really easy, and I don't know why. Why is Pikmin 3 so easy? This guy is the goofiest of the goobers, and if you don't know how to cheese him, he can be quite difficult. But I do, so... This guy's funny, because you have to make him have a concussion in order to attack him. And if you're not careful, your Pikmin will die, but so will he, so... It's the first of the spiders, and even though it is a good boss, it's a bit underwhelming, and very easy if you have a few yellow Pikmin. This is just the last guy, but obese! A series staple. When you think of Pikmin bosses, you'll probably think of this guy. The only problem is, as the games went on, it got worse and worse, so... While I like this boss, I don't really get the hype around him. He's still pretty cool though. And with that, we are into... But before I yap about that, why not consider a subscribbling? You clearly tolerate me enough, and I'm trying to get to 1k subs before the end of this year, so why not contribute to my goal, and not be a smelly turtle? Imagine if you took a Pikmin boss, and then combined it with puzzle solving, which is what this guy is. Your objective here is to make this guy go blind with light. This will reveal him and allow you to attack. It's a very unique concept, especially in Pikmin 3, which has the least amount of bosses and the easiest bosses. This guy had to be in the top 10. Just look at this guy. He is a loaf of bread with legs. All things aside, this is a very creative boss. The entire battle being a tug of war where you have to drag the bread bug into your ship to give it a headache for eternity. This is the goofiest of all the goobers. Oh, Mr. Machine Gun. Yeah, it's an actual machine gun, by the way. This is probably the most unique of the spider bosses. Man, it's a spider with a gun. Huh? Although if you spam it with purple Pikmin, it can be easy. But again, so can most things. It's still a really cool boss. I like the gun. It's the first final boss on our list. And it's the worst final boss on our list. It's still a good one though. It creates a gauntlet of elements by using the 4 treasures stuck to its back. And Louis. Making a fun challenge to avoid and strategize around. While most of the time you'll only want to deal with the electric thing, because that's the only thing that will really kill you. The main downside is that the boss can go on for too long, which kind of is a problem considering you're doing the same thing over and over again. But it's still a pretty good boss fight. Oh, the Smoky Prog. He is probably the coolest boss in your Pikmin game. It has such a mystery behind him. And the fact he's an optional boss, that's actually good. I know. Pikmin 1 doesn't really have many of those. But besides the point, this is a very cool guy. He can instant kill any Pikmin, and even gets his own element in Pikmin 4. That's how you know he's good. It's the living bulldozer, the water wraith. How could I not put him up here? He is probably the most famous Pikmin boss, being an unstoppable force which will kill anything for fun. This guy is a threat. In both the caves he appears in Pikmin 4 and 2, the water wraith is constantly stalking you, appearing roughly 5 minutes after you enter a floor, and he will chase you non-stop. In fact, the only way to defeat him is to get purple Pikmin, which in both of these caves, you can't! Until the final floor, but yeah. Once you get to said final floor, the boss fight's a bit underwhelming, but still, I love this guy, because he's goofy. Pikmin 4 is a dog theme, and its final boss is a dog, so that makes sense. The Ancient Sire Hound. What a guy. And oh my god, this boss fight is so long. It's creative, but long as anything. If it wasn't so long, it would probably be top in general. But because this boss fight takes so long, and there's so many health caps.
Hey, that's pretty good.
The Quaggled Myoclops is the biggest Pikmin boss ever. And he's also really creative. I mean, it is a walking rock. How can you get better than that? The Quaggled Myoclops will kill you by either drowning your Pikmin in the puddles it makes, or stepping on them, or eating them. Cause crunch, crunch, crunch. Carrots. It's a really unique gimmick with you having to kill its feet for it to fall over and then you attack it. But, I'ma be honest, the only reason this isn't first is because I have bias for the other two options. I feel like this is the only Pikmin final boss that doesn't have an intended route to kill it. You can do anything to kill this. You can spam rock bombs at it, you can spam red Pikmin. Heck, if you're a masochist, you can use blue Pikmin against it. What fun! This guy is a really good fight. Imagine the Water Wraith, except if it had a bit more of a build-up through the entire game, and it's also the final boss. That's what the Plasm Wraith is. This guy's a titan. He has so much health, and he has such a great chase before his boss fight. And he has such good lore stuff too. Because of course he does, yes. Yeah. He's also cheatable with Rock Pikmin, but like, who cares at this point? I just want to go home. Let me go home, please.